And we begin with breaking news in Cedar Hill, where authorities say a man with a long gun opened fire in a medical building.
5 police officers fired on the shooter to put him down, and officials tell us he's in critical condition right now.
Police tell us the suspect shot a doctor at the Methodist Family Health Center on Beltline Road. The gunman tried to drive away but crashed into another driver.
Sydney Percy is live at the scene with more details on what went down. What have you learned?
Well, Chris, I can tell you that victim is in stable condition at last check, and nearly 6 hours now after the shooting, crime scene tape is still up and the crime scene is very active. You can see investigators are still out here working to collect evidence. Investigators, though, haven't given us an actual update since 3 o'clock this afternoon, and a lot of questions remain. I want to start with what we do know, though. As you mentioned, that shooting happened just up the road from me, less than a half mile, at Methodist, at the medical center. Officers say they got a call just after noon about an active shooter, and when they arrived, officers said they saw that doctor on the ground with a gunshot wound and saw a guy with a long gun leaving the scene in a black 4-door Chrysler. As you mentioned, that suspect did not get very far before officers say he got in a car crash. That is when, according to the police chief, 5 of his officers saw the suspect in his car with a long gun and fired. As you mentioned, that suspect remains in critical condition tonight. I can tell you that all of this unfolded right across the street from a convenience store. An 80-year-old man, he works there, and he said he had just stepped outside for a breath of fresh air when he first heard those gunshots.
I started crawling back in toward the store because right here in my truck, I was sitting here paying attention to what was going on. I felt real scary, you know, it was real frightening.
And it is still not clear if that suspect fired shots at officers before those 5 officers fired at him. We are working to get more information. The police chief, though, after that brief news conference at 3 o'clock, did not answer any questions, so we still don't know what led up to this crash. We haven't gotten word about a possible motive, but again, as you can see, investigators are out here still working to piece all of this together. As we get more information, we will be sure to update you on air and online. Chris, Izzy?